Hey there, friends and enemies, JoPaWrites here again, and today we got new ship modules and another Warbond in Helldivers 2, so I want to go over all the new goodies and talk about my initial impressions, because some of it feels absolutely fantastic, whereas some of the things we got today are a bit questionable. So I'm going to start off with the Democratic Detonation Warbond, and this one is very good overall. But page 1 leaves a lot to be desired in my opinion. I tried out the thermite grenade as well as the adjudicator. You're going to see them in the gameplay, and for me, neither one of them are good enough to stick around in my loadout. The thermite grenade feels like it takes far too long to explode, so you can stick an enemy and it doesn't really do a whole lot. I was expecting much more, and for the delayed timer on the thermite, I would hope that the damage would be great enough to absolutely wreck enemies as a trade-off, but utility-wise, power-wise, it's just not good enough in my opinion. I did not like it whatsoever. Same thing for the adjudicator. That is the brand new marksman rifle, and it just felt like a pea shooter to me. It does say that it has some medium armor penetration, but overall, I just did not enjoy using this whatsoever. I would not replace any of my favorite primary weapons with this thing anytime soon. Now, heading on to page 2, though, we have the R36 Eruptor, which in my opinion is fantastic. Great AoE damage, does chunky individual damage as well, and I absolutely love this thing. Even if it wasn't the most powerful thing in the game, it still feels great because of the way you're able to absolutely destroy so many enemies at a time. It just feels awesome, and I really enjoy this one. Might not be the meta going forward. It still remains to be seen on that, but for me, it feels fantastic. As far as the actual booster that we got as well, the Expert Extraction Pilot, lowers the time it takes for extraction shuttle to reach the extraction beacon. That could be very good. I don't know if everyone's going to want to run that, but I think when you're trying to do some of the trophies or challenges in the game, that could come in really handy. So it will be situational, and I could see people using that. Now, the armor sets for this are pretty good overall. I do like them. We got a chance to see them in the initial trailer, but I'm going to move on into the final page. And so we have the grenade pistol, which again, I don't think it's as strong as the revolver, but the versatility it provides and being able to use that to close bug holes and stuff like that feels great. So I think that's one that I'll definitely be having in my arsenal. It is a little annoying having to reload after every shot, but overall it does come in handy. If you don't use your secondary weapon all that often anyway, this might be a good one to pick up just because you can use it when you run out of grenades or something like that in order to take down some of the bug holes. So very good option, and a secondary that I really enjoy using overall. Then we get to the crossbow. Unfortunately, I didn't get a real chance to use this, but just from checking it out initially, it is more fun than meta. It is not as strong as some of the other options we have in the game currently, in my opinion, just because of the way, like, the damage is really high, but the reload and some of the other drawbacks, I think, leave a little bit to be desired. It definitely feels like one that in certain playstyles is going to be phenomenal, and then with other people, it's not going to be as useful. I'm definitely going to rock it a little bit more once I have a chance to play with it quite a bit more, but for now, I enjoy using it. It's just not one that immediately jumped out as one of the best weapons in the game. And I was hoping it would be extremely powerful just because it looks cool. It's a very unique item for what we have currently, and I very much enjoy using it. I just don't know if I would use it over some of the other options we have, like I said, especially because, in my opinion, the Eruptor is just a bit better for me personally, and so that might be a hot take. I don't know as of yet. We'll have to wait and see how everything shakes out, but for now, those are my opinions on the Warbond. Moving on to the ship module, we have the superior packing methodology. This one, resupply boxes refill support weapons with the maximum number of craftable magazines. In my opinion, if you are at all running resupply boxes, if you are someone who has a teammate that likes to play support, this thing is the best module that we're getting. It's very expensive though. If you don't have a lot of material saved up, this one is extremely expensive, but it's worth it, and definitely the one that I would go for first if you're going for some of these tier 4 ship module slots. This one is great, and yeah, not everyone is going to run the resupply boxes, but I think this is the best one that we got so far. The second one that I really enjoy personally is actually going to be enhanced combustion. This one, fire damage from stratagems increased by 25%. I already really enjoyed using the flamethrower. I also don't really use the Eagle Napalm, but it got a bit of a buff with 2 of these options that we got today. Not only the enhanced combustion, but another one that I'll talk about in a second. And then the incendiary mines, again, not always that great, but if we get a Warbond that provides you resistance to fire damage, like we got with the Arc one, I think that could be very, very good. And we could absolutely see a fire meta a burn meta in the future. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, that's a huge buff to the flamethrower, which I very much enjoy. Then we have the blast absorption. Sentries take 50% less damage from explosions. I know I've had situations where my sentries just explode all the time. If you're a sentry runner, this one will be very nice. I just don't know if I run sentries all that much outside of the new defense mission or other defense missions in general. So that's why that one's going to be a little bit lower for me personally. You've got the XXL weapons bay. Eagle stratagems that drop multiple bombs will drop 1 additional bomb. This one will be really nice for the Eagle airstrike, which is very good right now. But it also works with the Eagle Napalm airstrike. So that's why I say that one in particular got a double buff. Because if you have the enhanced combustion and the double XL weapons bay, that thing is going to come in handy. We also got atmospheric monitoring. Orbital HE barrage spread reduced by 15%. This could make them better. I don't know. I don't really run the barrages that often just because I don't enjoy them. I don't think they're good enough in comparison to some other options that we have. But that's just for me. And then the one that I think is going to be my last one picked, the least enjoyable option for me personally, is going to be circuit expansion. Lightning arcs fired from weapons and turrets jumps to 1 additional enemy. Why I don't like this one as much in comparison with the other ones, this one only affects 2 stratagems, which is kind of a bummer. But also, it just, I'm not really going to run the Tesla Tower, even with the lightning damage resistance, just because your whole team has to run it. Otherwise, you're in danger of killing even more teammates with something like that. So that's why I probably will not be rocking that at any point, and it's going to be the last one that I upgrade. But it is very nice to see that we are continuing to get additional modules, stratagems, weapons, everything pretty consistently in this game. It's been absolutely phenomenal, all the new content. Obviously, the automatons are back. We got a new defense mission that you can essentially set up walls for. It's almost like a tower defense situation, which is really, really cool. So Helldivers 2 just continues to deliver, and I'm very excited about where the future goes for this game. Let me know what you think about all the new stuff in the comments below. Is there anything that I mentioned today that I am sleeping on that you think I should absolutely be running and throwing into my normal kit? Let me know in the comments down below. My name is JoPa. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Helps me out tremendously. Shows you want to see more Helldivers 2 content going forward. Have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.